Your Country 1039 KGRT, Zach Brown Band, Chicken Fried. I tell you, that just makes me want to get my dancing shoes on.
Time now for the question of the day.
But then I need to find a dance partner for that one. Yeah, for sure. Well, my friends, it is question of the day time. And don't forget that your question of the day brought to you by the Farmers and Crafts Market of Las Cruces, fresh produce, bread, meat, honey, food trucks, handmade art, music, and so much more every Saturday and Wednesday, 8:30 to 1 o'clock in downtown Las Cruces. So when you get a chance, check it out. It's a whole lot of fun. But our question of the day today, well, my friends, another Easter has passed. That's right. And there was a survey done by Ren Kitchens that reveals that the average child will down about 2,000 grams of sugar for Easter. I'm not sure if that's the entire weekend or not, but that's a whole lot of sugar right there. Definitely dealing with a bit of a sugar rush. I think we've all experienced it. We've all had it, right? Yeah, especially when we were kids. But that brings us to our question of the day. What's the funniest or craziest thing you've seen a kid do while on that sugar high, right? I can tell you that I got one story. My son and I went to go rent a movie, and, back in the Blockbuster days, they used to have the candies there and all that, and they had a giant pixie stick right there, and he'd never seen anything like that. And he goes, well, what's this? I said, oh, it's basically a giant pixie kiss. It's like powdered candy and stuff like that. And I said, he wanted one. I said, okay, well, let's go ahead and grab one. And as we were getting into the car, I wanted to warn him to not do all of it at once or take a lot of it in because, that's a lot of sugar and you will have consequences. Yeah. As I turned around after we both got in the car, it's too late. He'd already gone for it. Yeah. That thing was straight up in the air and he was going for it. There was a really early night that night because it's hard, but nothing too crazy other than, he was just very, very a little hyper for that whole thing. So warning, don't do the giant pixie sticks all at once. The little ones are fine, not the big ones. But what about you? What's the funniest or craziest thing your child has ever done while on a sugar high? That's a lot of sugar for the Easter weekend. Let me know your answers by giving me a call, 575-523-KGRT, or sending that text message as well, 575-523-5478 is the number to call in or text in. As always, we are live on our social media pages as well, Facebook, YouTube, and X. So if you want to go over there, you can go ahead and search for KGRT, and you can leave your comments there as well. Yeah, so let me know your answers for our question of the day today. In honor of another Easter passing. What's the funniest or craziest thing that your child, or if you ever seen a kid do while on that sugar rush? Go ahead and let me know your answers for our question of the day. All right, exclusively up on our social media pages now. And I think it happens to us, whether it's that all sugar squishy, you know what I'm talking about, or if it's just one too many chocolate Easter bunnies. What is it? What is that sugar rush? What's the craziest thing that you've seen some kids do on that sugar rush? Go ahead and let me know your answers. 575-523-KGRT. That's 575-523-5478. Call them in or text them in, or just leave your comments down below. In the meantime, let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on in and around the world. Speaking of a sugar rush here, apparently Krispy Kreme and Oreo have gotten together to create a donut for the total solar eclipse. Yes, the total solar eclipse donut for the April 8th solar eclipse. Yahoo News says that the original glaze has cookies and cream icing and an original Oreo on top, kind of like, the moon, like an eclipse. Very creative. And lots of sugar in there, too. Also, TGI Fridays, I heard, has introduced the tax break margarita to help guests unwind during the tax season. By the way, tax is due in a couple of weeks. The $7 cocktail has silver, tequila, citrus, agave, strawberry, and passion fruit. Sounds delicious. Heinz also placing ketchup dispensers outside of Chicago restaurants that don't place ketchup on their hot dogs. The ketchup relief stations will have a sign that reads "Smack for Heinz" Some Chicagoans are excited for the convenient access to their favorite condiment. That's crazy. And Hormel has launched a new bacon called Black Label Ranch Bacon. It combines the flavors of ranch dressing and bacon for a unique twist. And quite honestly, if it's got bacon in it, it's probably pretty good. Just not a fan of ranch and myself. And what was number one at the box office? Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire, did about $80 million for the weekend. The film cost about $135 million to produce. It earned $115 million overseas for a total take of $195. And if you're a Godzilla fan, you probably liked this movie a lot. There's lots of the MonsterVerse stuff going on in here, and makes me wonder, what can they possibly do next in the MonsterVerse? I wonder what could happen. So yeah, that was number one for the weekend, and it did okay. I think they're pretty happy with that. And that's going on in and around the world. Once again, I am looking for your answers for our question of the day. Another Easter has passed, and a lot of Easter candy consumed right there. In fact, Ren Kitchen says that the average child would have eaten 2,000 grams of sugar for Easter. Not sure, like I said, if that's the whole weekend or just on Easter Day. Could be Easter Day, because that's a lot of jelly beans and chocolate bunnies. But yeah, you know you're going to get that sugar rush in there. So what's the funniest or craziest thing you've ever seen kids do while they were on that sugar rush or that sugar high there? So let me know your answers. Once again, call them in, text them in, or just leave your comments right here on our social media pages, Facebook, YouTube, and X. Leave your answers for our question of the day.